Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jeff Porter from the Indie Gamer Magazine. Happy Wednesday. Today, we've got three games we're going to talk about. We have one free game that has no plot. So, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a couple other games that are either released or releasing soon. And then remember to go down below, like, subscribe, and if you're over here somewhere, there's our social medias, the magazine that we do every month, and then you can subscribe to it on the Patreon for as low as $3 a month. So if you like this content, if these are the kind of games that you play, be sure to check out the magazine. We do interviews, reviews, overviews, pretty much every kind of view you can for that. And then we've also branched out and we've just talked to independent creators. So, like, we talked to Zach, creator of the Chaos Galaxy trading card game, which was really cool. We've talked to really popular streamers, we've talked to artists, and so all of that's in the magazine. It's a lot of fun. If you're interested, check it out. Like I said, you can get that digital copy for only $3 a month. Now, before we jump into the show, I also have one more thing to show you, and that is Beamable. So, what is Beamable? It is a free to use tool for game developers that easily allows them to add social, commerce, and content management features to their game with low code drag and drop prefabs that integrate into Unity seamlessly. You can head over to beamable.com, link is in the description below, to find out more. So if you are a game developer or know somebody who is a game developer and they just need that little extra help to kind of get that awesome social aspect to their game, or they maybe want to throw in some commerce, maybe make a little bit more money on that, throw them over to Beamable. Might be the answer to their prayers. Now for our first game we're going to get into, it's getting close to Halloween. We're kind of getting into that season. October is less than 2 weeks away. So we're going to start seeing a lot of horror games released, which is fine by me. I think Tormented Souls is kind of leading that charge. I think that released at the perfect time. And last year we played a lot of In Silence, which was really neat. A game developed by just two people, and that it was just a ton of fun. So now we're gonna go to one similar to In Silence in that multiplayer aspect. This is called Occult. So we're gonna jump over. We're gonna watch the trailer, look at some screenshots, get into what you can expect with the game when it releases, and then we'll hop over to our next game. So first, Occult.
Thank you.
All right, so that is Occult. It is releasing October 14th, so just here in a couple of weeks. It's developed and published by Renderize, and it is an online co op horror game in which players will have to confront evil cultists, horrible monsters, and ancient curses. So this kind of follows along the same lines as like In Silence or Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th. Kind of that multiplayer against the bad guy, which is fine because I mean, if you uh, throw in some unique stuff, I don't see any reason why you can't be successful in this genre. So here are some screenshots. As you can see, it's not the most um, That looks cool. It's not the you know the models are simple. I think most of the resources and power here went into the environment, the house. I think the mansion and all of its features are really what the game is focused on, as that's kind of what you're going to be seeing the most as you collect clues, try to find the keys. That's a cool shot. That is terrifying. And try to escape with your life. So, from the trailer and from this, we have seen kind of two different creatures. You kind of see the spider thing, and then the that main kind of cultist guy. So it looks like there's multiple cultists that wear this kind of bone face mask thing. And then the furnace apparently plays an important part. And yeah, you got this guy holding the flashlight. A big thing with In Silence was using your flashlight and managing the battery and everything. So I wonder how you're going to be able to kind of fight back. There's not a whole lot of content on the page. So I am curious how what your defense is against these guys. I mean, you can run and run and run, but you got to have. There's got to be one thing that you can be like, oh shit. So here's a little bit about the game. We have made mistakes in our lives, but now we have been given a second chance. A recruiter from Redemption came to me right after the trial and offered me a simple choice. Either I go to jail or exercise the dark forces around the world. I chose the second option. I didn't know then what dangers I would face. Terrible monsters come from cursed places, but that's not all. Dangerous cultists rush there and attempt to gain strength and make Satan come faster. And they don't give us a damn weapon. And how are we supposed to beat them? So that's kind of your main character backstory, is they were given a chance to kind of redeem themselves after doing something terrible. And they chose to be like this evil knight, I guess, to go and fight against the forces of evil and make sure that Satan didn't come over the world. But of course, throughout their travels, they run into these cultists. So that's an interesting backstory. Kind of opens the gateway for kind of expansions or even like different like maps and stuff. So they've already set this up that they're traveling around. They've been doing this often. They run into these cultists, so there could be different cults, there could be different monsters, there could be different. So that's kind of cool how they've kind of left it open for them. That was back to In Silence. That was kind of one of the issues that was brought up with it, was because the creature relied so much on sound and it couldn't see. So it's like, how In Silence, how do you add more creatures to kind of fit the mold? And so they kind of lock themselves in a corner. But with this, they kind of left it wide open. So for gameplay, it says you'll visit cursed places around the world with your friends. Each place is a unique quest with several endings. You'll destroy the cultists and avoid monsters. You'll have puzzles, hide and seek, and various outfits. So that's interesting. A unique quest with several endings. So destroy cultists and avoid monsters. So you're gonna have both. And then the puzzles, hide and seek, and stuff like that. Obviously, get your blood running. So for the early access, that'll be October 14th. Now there is only one cursed place in Occult, but we're already working on new locations. So these developers, I've already got that roadmap laid out. They already know where they're going to go, how they're going to do it. And so I could expect to see this kind of grow pretty quickly. I think there's a lot of room to build, and even with the online stuff, I think that's because playing with friends in this kind of setting is a lot. I mean, Phasmophobia was huge. In Silence, Dead by Daylight is still a monster, pun intended, and people like these kind of games. People like being scared, but more more fun is being scared with your friends. I don't know why, but yeah, that's a lot of fun. So if you are interested, this comes out October 14th. You can check out Occult, Stop the Darkness Together. And do we have a price tag? We don't have a price tag yet. So if I were to guess, again, this is just me guessing, I would say probably around 10 to 15 bucks. Don't quote me, but that's what I would figure. So if you're interested, kind of have that in mind and go add it to your Steam wish list. All right, so now we're going to jump over to our next game. This isn't the game with no plot, but this is Aeon Must Die. So you'll ignite the galaxy. Aeon Must Die. Experience a unique beat 'em up introducing breakneck risk reward gameplay, innovative AI, and tactical fighting, all packaged with an incredible art style. So this is one that's just a planned release date of 2021. We don't have an exact date like with Occult coming out on October 14th, but we don't have that many months left in the year. It is 2021. We're almost in 2022, so just kind of mentally prepare for that. So here is Aeon Must Die.
Sentient filth. I claim your mind for the Void Armada. Gods have squealed for my mercy. Who are you to stand in the way of my vengeance? This ambition of yours, what a waste of stardust. Go all out or go home, Emperor! Aeon must die. I am eternal. I'm not done yet.
You should have remained dead.
All right, so that's Aeon Must Die, and as you can see, not just PC, but also coming to PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. So this will be available pretty much on anything that you own. Planned release date, as we said, this year. So what can we expect from this? Aeon, the dreaded emperor of the unstoppable Void Armada, has been betrayed and left for dead. Weakened and without a body to exact his revenge, he manages to merge with you to survive and bring forth his wrath. Travel across the futuristic city of Pantheon to destroy or subdue those who betrayed Aeon, while fighting for your mind, free will, and control of your body. Experience a unique beat 'em up introducing breakneck risk-reward gameplay. And will you succumb to Aeon's will and unleash his awesome power, losing yourself in the process, or will you choose the hard way and remain free? So they've talked about the art style. They have the original soundtrack, which sounds like it's going to be pretty cool. Stylish, accessible combat featuring proper fighting game mechanics. Choose who you kill or spare in the change of the fate of the galaxy. So it's not just, running through, killing everything that you see, and that's that. Like, you'll have a choice about whether you want, because it could affect Aeon getting his kingdom back or whatever. So that makes it kind of interesting. Here's some, let's check out some of these screenshots, because I do really like the art style. They were right to talk about their stunning art style. It is 2D-ish, but I mean, with the backgrounds and then having them on the foreground and stuff, it just comes to life. very bright, vivid colors, a good contrast. It feels very actiony. It feels like a comic book kind of. You could feel, even though it's in 2D, you could feel the punches and stuff. So there's not much more kind of in this. This is one that's pretty simple. Aeon Must Die releases this year sometime. On August 18th, they did have like a small update where they fixed some patches and stuff. Um, and so it is coming to PC first, and then you'll get to see the console releases. So if that looks interesting to you, Aeon Must Die, add it to your wish list and give that a follow. Now, we're going to hop into the game that probably you've been wondering about. It's the game with no plot. This one's been out for a couple of weeks. It is free to play. Uh, it, it's uh, it's actually a project that somebody was working on for school, I believe, and they just wanted to finish it, or maybe it wasn't school, maybe it was some contest. But we'll find out. So we're gonna jump over here. We're gonna check out Deathly Stillness. All right, so as you may have noticed, it is not in English. We do have some here on the Steam page that we can read. So this is a, I love the description. So first, look at the reviews. Very positive, over 5,000 positive reviews. This is a boring third-person zombie game with no plot. Complete the quest to kill all the zombies. This game is a teaching case game of I don't want to butcher that. Chen Xiangcheng, not an officially released game. So if it's not officially released, why is it on the Steam store? Because he wanted his friends and everybody to be able to access it easier, and because he thought it was fun. So looking over here, first we'll go through some screenshots. So when you're looking at this, it looks like it could be a finished game. It's kind of similar to, all right. It's kind of similar to like, I guess DayZ when they released the new map, kind of the overgrown world. But I mean, this looks good. Look at the different zombies. It's not just you're not getting one zombie in like different colored shirts. Like you're getting a bunch of different models. This shot right here, this is a clean shot. This looks good. A lot of good texture, a lot of good lighting. Even the character model, it looks good. Kind of the same thing here. You kind of get like a like that clean interstate feeling, and then once you kind of get off and go off into the city, it's overgrown. You have zombies everywhere. That's the main page. So yeah, it is not localized. It's not going to be in English. However, I think you could hop in here. And if you're feeling like killing some zombies and you want to give this a try, it's free. I think you could manage. You know what I mean? Like, press enter. If it doesn't start, go back to the menu and go to the next button. So about this game, I love how open and honest it is. It says this is a boring third-person zombie game with no plot. Please don't have high expectations. This is just a game I made for a tutorial. There is no gameplay, no plot, pure entertainment. Unless you have super high marksmanship, you'll need to search the map for ammunition. There are no health packs. There are two maps and weapons of different difficulty. The total production time took him 17 days. So in 17 days, he did all of this. This would take me a year. Uh, okay, so this game is a teaching case. It's like using it for teaching. The reason why it's listed on Steam is to allow his fans to quickly download it. Apparently, it was just an issue trying to go through another site or something, and people were running into issues. So it's just easier to throw it up on Steam. There was a little bit of that fee that you need to pay, but in the long run, now everybody gets to kind of enjoy this. So this game came out of a live broadcast, half an hour to make a zombie game, which I can't even wrap my mind around half an hour to make a game. Although the challenge failed, they spent 3 days to slightly improve the game, free open, so it was open for fans to try. As more people played and they got feedback, they spent a total of 10 days perfecting the game. And then, in order to better display the game, they made a website. And finally, because of the slow download speed and everything, that's why they went to Steam. So, there are a ton of imperfections with the game. There's no story. It's not perfect. If you just want to jump in and shoot zombies, I mean, absolutely. This is one that I was super interested in because it looked really good. It looked like something I would play, like I was talking about with DayZ. Once I started reading into it and everything, because I was like, why in the heck is this free? And I started reading through everything, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. So it's kind of a cool story behind it. Maybe someday they'll see that the very positive reviews that they're getting just off of this, and they'll be like, you know what, let's finish that up. Let's make something. So they've only spent 17 days total working on this. It's not a perfect game. It's not in English, like I said, but I think you could still download it and jump in and play it and still have a good time because a trigger is the same in every language. So all you gotta do is pull the trigger and shoot zombies. I think that's easy to manage. So yeah, I just thought this was a really interesting story and game, and something that some people might enjoy. I don't know. It looked interesting. I've seen it. It released on September 4th, so I've been looking at it for like 3 weeks, like off and on. Like, oh yeah, there's Deathly Stillness. I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is again. I don't know. And then I finally clicked on it. I was reading through it, and it was just an interesting story. We've seen this before. We've seen teachers who, or like student projects that upload their games to Steam, and they're not going to be finished. They're not going to be complete games, but you can kind of see like it's kind of like the draft. Like you can start the NFL draft. Like you can start seeing the prospects come up through the industry, and you're like, oh man, I can't wait till that guy who made blah 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 actually makes a full game. It's gonna be awesome. So just an interesting little story I thought I'd share. Deathly Stillness. It is for free on Steam if you wanted to give it a go. So head over there, download it, and then try it out. I think that's about it for today. So we've had Occult, October 14th. Aeon Must Die is coming out before the end of the year, and then Deathly Stillness, which is free, and you can go download right now. So I'll see you guys Friday. Remember to be sure to drop in for our free game giveaway Friday. So we'll give you guys a question to answer in the comments, and then when we come back after the weekend on Monday, we'll announce the winner. I haven't looked yet. I'm kind of excited. I don't know what game we're gonna give away. Last week we gave away Tormented Souls, and that's what an awesome game. So thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you guys for watching, and I can't get over this stuff. I will see you Friday.